Hey, this is Pastor Soleo Obrigado Matlango, and you are watching the Digging Deep Show. Obrigado.
The Digging Deep Show.
The Digging Deep Show. This is Tech Show Zaman Ngube.
The Digging Deep Show.
Hello viewers, you're welcome to your show, my show, our show, The Digging Deep Show, and thank you so much for tuning into the program. As usual on The Digging Deep Show, we are ever bringing new faces and we are bringing new people to empower you. Yes, I mean you who is watching right now. If you know somebody who is of the female gender, I ask you to call them and tell them there's somebody on the program who is here just specifically for them, to empower, to motivate, and to inspire. So call them, send them a WhatsApp, send them a tweet, and tell them the Digging Deep Show is right on air. And with us in the studios is a woman who is so hardworking. When I first met her, I didn't know that she had this story which she later shared with us. And we have invited her in the studios to come and share with us. Mama, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself to the viewers.
Hi everyone. My name is Gladys Mapanda, and I'm the CEO, founder of Empowered Ready Women Association, in short, ERWA. And I'm happy to be here, to be invited to air this passion of mine to fellow women, ladies out there, so that we can work together and be strong. Thank you.
I've met loads of people, and when you start to ask them about their business, about their life, they start by narrating a story. What is your story?
Wow. Like I say, I have so many stories, but the story that inspired me into starting this era, it's only one story. Why that one story? It's because it's the story that left me, you can say, speechless or rendered me powerless. Because this story, it was like a rug has been pulled underneath me, and I just came from 10 ladder to 0. So it's a story whereby I was left with homeless, with no job, with nothing, absolutely nothing. And it's a story that has been at my heart, how I came out of that story to be who I am today. It's what is I want to inspire other people, so that they can also feel that no matter what the challenge, you can still come out of it.
How did it all started, and if you can take us through the journey?
I woke up one morning, went to work, and found that I wasn't able to work anymore. And I had no job because my visa had expired, and I tried to renew. I couldn't do it, so I ended up losing my job. And I ended up losing the accommodation I was living in, since I couldn't pay rent. So I was homeless and jobless. And I have family around here. I was not really bothered with losing, because I knew I had family who were going to take me in, but it wasn't the response I thought I would get. I had friends who offered me accommodation, but I thought it was only proper to go and live with family.
Were you just by yourself? Did you have children or anybody whom you were with during that time?
I had one son with me who was still doing GCSEs, just started M level when this happened.
And from there, how did you make the way forward?
It wasn't an easy road. It was a big challenge for me, because I was somebody who was always a go-getter, and things always came easily with me. I went through challenge. This challenge made me go through the path I never thought I would go. I went the spiritual way, because that was the only way in the end that helped me. I went the medical way, went on Valium, went on anti-anxiety, went on antidepressants. But when I found that they were really...
What had really happened for you to go through all these, medications, and you are depressed? What could you please take us through?
I wasn't sleeping. The fact that I couldn't think of any other idea.
Having no solution after losing
no
your
solution.
job.
The fact what made me not sleep was because I couldn't find out a solution to come out of this challenge. And with no support around me, I ended up getting palpitations in my heart because I wasn't sleeping. It was like I was just anxious. The anxiety was just too much for me. And from there, I became very withdrawn. When you find yourself with nowhere to go, it was like I'm in a cage. Some animals in a cage, they strike out, but I was that animal which just cowered. With no solution, with no opinions coming in to give me any ideas, I became blank. I was blank completely. I couldn't think of anything else. So the only solution was taking the antidepressants, maybe to help me. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
So
but
how long did that take? I mean, the gap between taking the antidepressants and you realizing that I'm not a victim, I'm a victor.
The antidepressants, the first batch of antidepressants and anti-anxiety, I took them for maybe 4 months. But when they went up again, the dose, those were not working much. That's when I went for only a week or so and realized the path I'm choosing now is the wrong one.
So you went to upgrade the medication because
it
you
wasn't
thought
helping.
it wasn't. But when you were taking it, did anything change?
Yeah, when you start taking them, you really become calm and become yourself actually. And you think, okay, this is working for me. And you start thinking now of what do I do from here? But when you've gone through a challenge, mostly you are down there, you need someone to prop you, to just say, you know what are you thinking about doing or what are you thinking about this challenge? Because if nobody says that, you don't even think, you stop the thinking. So
some might ask and say, you had a family, you had friends. Why didn't you choose the path of looking for a counselor, somebody who would give you counseling and guidance?
when you go through something, that's why I'm saying when you've gone through a challenge, something has just happened in your life, you become blank. If it's something you never think or even thought will happen to you, you become blank.
Stuck right there.
You need
you stop
someone.
thinking.
Yes, I needed someone to say, "Hey Gladys,
Can you
this
please
is not the end of
go
the
this
world.
way?" Yes,
What
yes.
do you think you want to do? Let's say you were given an opportunity. What is it that you would want? You want someone to sort of like to give you a wake up call to say wake up. You can do this. Those are the words I really needed. I didn't need money or anything. I needed someone who gave me the confidence back to say, hey, this is only a stopgap. You can do this. You can come out of this. Even if I didn't know where I was going, maybe I would start thinking, I can do this. I have the confidence to do this. I needed those words, only the words to say, you can do this.
And that's what you
That's
couldn't
all I needed.
find.
That's what I couldn't find.
So how then did you, going through the journey from there, where do you go? Now you discovered that the medication wasn't taking you where you thought it would take you.
I had someone in the church I used to confide in, a guy, a minister, and I would talk to him, he would pray for me, and introduce me to the church where they used to give me financial help. And I had one or two friends who always were there for me, and they would pray with me at night. They started now calling me and tell me, Gladys, you are a strong person. We know you as a strong person. But for me, I think because it was coming from friends, I wanted it to come from family. So I thought I was a failure within my family. But outside there, they were seeing the strength in me, but my family wasn't seeing that strength, which I always had. So maybe I think that's different, that you can have friends around you. I thank them for them. They were always there to prop me. But I wanted those close to me, the people I love, to tell me, sis or mom or aunt or something, you can do it. This is only a setback. You can still do it. I think this is one thing that was missing in my life, that I wanted someone to tell me, you can do it. You are strong. Oh, you are the strongest person I know. That alone would have boosted my confidence to know that if they're saying I'm strong, that means I'm strong. So I would have gone out there and said, you know what? So what do you want me to do? I'm even at a loss. Maybe I would have been opening up to say I'm at a loss. So just one idea would have sent me to think, okay, I think that's a good idea. I think you've come up with something. Then I go for it.
You're watching the program right now, and probably you have a friend, you have a mother, a sister, brother who is kind of depressed. We are sensing something that things are not working well. Just a word of telling them that you can do it, you can do it. it will make a big difference in them. In Africa, there's this proverb which says even spider webs, when they unite, they can stop a lion. They might be going through difficult times, but if you just give them that motivation, that word of encouragement, it will take them a long way. You are watching your show, my show, our show, The Digging Deep Show. Hope you have called a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that The Digging Deep Show is on air. And with us this afternoon in the studios is Miss Gladys Mapanda, who had her story. She was taken like a cloth in the washing machine, washed and cleansed, and finally she came out clean. You know, life, it has its name. It's a game. It needs those who are tough. And at one given time, she went to take medication to fight depression, but finally she is right here with us. You went to seek spiritual guidance. How did it help you? I mean, we are seeing people now, they're complaining that you go to church and church people, all they tell you is, let's pray with you, keep on praying, keep on praying. And prayer without works or prayer without action, they say it doesn't change things. So how do you manage to change from where you were to where you are now through church?
I think when you go to seek the prayer sessions in your life, you need to first establish your own relationship with God. Because for me to have the intercessors, for people to intercede on your behalf with prayers, you need to have acceptance in yourself first. For me, I had to find internal cleansing. I needed peace within inside. That peace, it's a peace, I think, which is in the Bible, says it transcends all understanding. It's a peace which I cannot explain to anybody, that even today, since that peace, I have a certain, I feel different, even compounded with any challenge. I just take it at face value because I know I'll go through it. It never really goes in the way it used to be. Because you first find your own relationship with God. I said find peace. You need to find your own peace in order to forgive yourself first, so that you are able to forgive others.
Now you're talking self-forgiveness. That's what I want. We're about to go there to say. Now, fast forward 2017. You look at those people who you thought they would give you support, and they might have let you down then. How do you see them right now?
For me, I thank them because I've always been a Christian. So I think I always went back to the Bible and thought when Jesus said, hey, get away from me. He wasn't talking to Peter, he was talking to the person behind him, which was Satan. So I always thought they were put in that position. I didn't see it then that they were being put there to push me.
Push you to where you are.
To where I am now. But I hated them then. But you know what? I thank them for everything they did, because whatever they did, it wasn't them doing it. Because when I look at them, we've always been a very close-knit family, but at that time, it was like the devil is pushing from behind there. I didn't see it that way. I was seeing them as there, and I didn't see the person behind. But it's only after I found my inner peace. To tell you the truth, anything that has happened in my life now, people just look at you and go, are you okay? I was told, I'm good. Wow, you're good. I said, the peace I have in here, it transcends all understanding. The peace I feel is like, I went back to Romans and we're like, what can separate me from the love of God? After I had found that cleansing, that's the verse I read.
You know, there's this idea that, you know, when life sometimes hits you like right on spot, you start to think, I'm not good enough. And you hear those voices and it affects you psychologically, emotionally. You lose appetite. You don't even want to eat. You're kind of confined. You don't want to talk to anybody. How did you manage to push away those voices and, you know, start to see yourself that I'm good enough, let me pick myself and go?
Wow, it wasn't easy. Like I say, you always want one person. That's why we're saying ERWA is here. But sometimes you can't get through to your friends, you can't get through to your... But I'm a stranger. I'll give you an example that when people come, I'm a minicab driver. We are almost like bartenders, where people come and tell about their problems. Because I think in their mind, they will not meet you again. So they are willing to tell from deep down their soul.
Yes.
So I've heard lots of stories between there. So you find it's a cry for help for that person, because for them to come and say, is it all right if I say something? You go like, okay, no problem, go ahead. And they will talk. All they wanted is for them to bring out that and for you to listen.
Somebody to hear.
So when you are going through a lot, that's why I'm saying ERWA is here. We don't judge. All we are doing is to listen. If you call me at 2 in the morning and you want to rant, rev, cry, I'll be at the other end just going, so that you know I'm there. I don't give advice. We don't cancel. We want you to empower yourself. So if you want to cry, but sometimes you need that. And you need to talk to somebody who is just listening to you.
Ear.
A listening ear. So that's the only way to move forward. Because for you to talk about what's happening within you, that's the only way you can move forward. Because if you're not talking and these things are still in there, you don't move.
So how did you come up now with ERWA? What motivated you to start ERWA?
What motivated me is, all along I had always wanted to start something, but I always wanted to start it somewhere else, thinking they have more problems there than me. But when I went through 2009, I thought, wow, I would love to start something for women because of what I'm going through. Because women, sometimes we judge each other, and sometimes you think twice before you even go and tell your story to someone else, because you think they'll repeat or something. So you keep it within yourself, and you're angry. You're always angry. You're angry at everything. Every little thing will just ignite you. You don't have the patience, you don't have anything, you just ignite. So when I used to speak to the girls I met in the car, they would be telling me about all sorts of issues. When we say the challenges in life, we're talking across the board. Be it children, be it relationships, be it even living in this country with no one. You have moved away from Scotland and come to live in London. You're all sort of like moved around, you know. So when you leave the stronghold or the comfort zone and you go to somewhere else, you are a stranger in there, although you were born in this country. So I've met women who are like that, who came from Ireland, they were talking, and the same issues came over and over. It was the same issues. It's how people dealt with their same issues. So we're talking one day, and then this guy said, thank you so much for the advice. This is a guy who gave me this idea, kept on pushing me and said, Gladys, you are wasting your time. Why don't you tell your story? The way I've talked about my story and your story, I've learned something. Thank you so much. You have changed my life. And one guy, I said to him, this is what has been happening to me. He kept on complaining. Then I said, you know what? My philosophy of life is, we are all dealt a hand like you are gambling by the croupier, which is life. God gives you that hand. It's how you deal with your hand that is more important. You can be dealt jokers, but you can turn them into aces and be a winner. You can be dealt aces and you think you've got a winner. We've seen people who've dealt aces. We are talking of people born with the gold spoon. And they ended up in life jokers. So it's not what you have holding there, it's what you deal with it. So in life, we've got all these challenges and everything that we're dealt with in life. It's how you go about your life. So this guy, I told him, this is my philosophy of life. He says, wow, I never looked at it that way. Now that you're telling me, I need to go back and play my cards well. So it's how you play with your life. It's how you look at everything that comes up on you, and the challenges and everything.
ERWA, you mentioned that you want to seek help, spiritual help from church. Is it a one religious kind of an organization, or who can join ERWA?
ERWA has no religion, or it's not affiliated to any religion. It's anyone can join ERWA, a lady, girls, women. It's only for women, actually. It's a women's association. We are hoping to start EMA in the future, because I know there are guys out there, I've seen them, they want help. But we'll start EMA, that's another story. But ERWA is for all women. Ladies, if you are there and you are going through, it's not a church thing. We don't have any race, religion, or creed. We are just women who come together as women. And we come together because the challenges we face have no color or creed. So we all come together, we just go. For me, I went the spiritual way, my way. You can go yoga, you can find your own spiritual or your strengthening inside. You can find it different ways. It doesn't matter which way you go. That was my way. It might not be your way. But if you're a Christian, maybe you want to go that way. It's the way I went, and it helped me. You can go that way. But you can do yoga to just ease up. You need to relax from inside out. You have to find a way of relaxing from inside out.
Finding a way from inside out.
Inside out.
Yes. There is somebody who is watching right now, and they say experience is the best teacher, and the person probably have lost hope. They're emotionally affected. They don't see anybody supporting them. And right now, as they're watching, they're saying, you don't know what I'm feeling. You were better because you had a roof over your head, or you were better, you had something which I do not have. What can you say to them?
I will say you are not alone, and we want you to get in touch with ERWA. And as we always say, ERWA is here. It's a group of women with passion to make sure we empower each other. It doesn't matter your situation. So get in touch with ERWA. Our website is www.erwa.org.uk, or you can go on our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/ERWA UK, or you can call us, or at the same time you can tweet us. Write to us on our email. You can write us an email which we'll respond to. We can meet with you. You talk to us. We are not here to give you advice or to give you any counseling. What we want is to sit with you and tell us how you feel. We just want to know how you feel. And from there, you will tell us how you want to go. We are here to prop you and say we are here to support you. Any support you want us to do, we will support you. So get in touch and talk to us. You are not alone. Don't enclose yourself in. We are here. There are people around you. Sometimes people around you don't know what to say to you. They love you, but they don't know how to go about it and how to make you feel better. So we are here. We are no strangers. Talk to us. We are women with a passion, and we are here to empower. Thank you.
Right, there are details you have just seen on the screen. If you want to get in touch with them, kindly get in touch with them. They will give you the support which is necessary. It's very true that we cannot live like islands. We need one another to push in life. You may be going through, or you know somebody who is going through challenges right now. Kindly tell them that ERWA is there for them. Mama,
Yes.
Thank you so much for being our guest on the show.
Thank you.
What more shall I say to our viewers apart from saying thank you so much for giving us your precious possession, which is your time. To those who support the Digging Deep Show, the Digging Deep Show will not go this deeper apart from your support. For me and the rest of the team on the Digging Deep Show, we are signing out till we meet again. I love you all. With this man name. God bless you.